Dude, when I saw Andrew come out, I've never seen Andrew in person.
Bruh, this motherfucker backstage.
Let's see what's bro chat Fouad, Abiad, Ian Valier, Guy Sisterino, and Jose Raymond thinking about Andrew Jack. What's up everyone, welcome back again in my YouTube channel Bodybuilding Podcast Session. So today let's heard guys, okay, let's see what Ian Valier thinking about Andrew Jack. Like we all know, Ian Valier and Andrew Jack is doing same competition is Mr.Olympia 2022, and they both really doing well. I think that we all know also Fouad Abiad have a beef with Andrew Jack. But right now let's see what's Hannah's opinion of Fouad Abiad and all of the bro chat about Andrew Jack physique. Meanwhile, they have beef. If Fouad Abiad and all of the bro chat gonna trash talk Andrew Jack, let's get it.
Is a whole different. Have you seen him up close, like backstage?
No, I was like I said.
Oh my god, man!
Yeah.
This guy in person is the craziest looking thing you've ever seen.
I shook his hand on the way out, but he was fully clothed. But like, I was like, what the fuck?
Man, when he's back there getting glazed up, and he's standing with like the kind of dim backstage blue lighting, and he's fucking all sheened up. This guy's abs are fucking longer than my dick, you know?
Yeah.
Can you imagine how crazy Andrew Jack is? Even Fouad Abiad and Ian Valier, who doing the same competition with Andrew Jack, he's really full blown. He's really shocked with Andrew Jack physique.
Fucking man, he is a big motherfucker, and he has some crazy looking muscle for sure. You know.
Can I say though? Look, for all those motherfuckers who flame me.
This guy always saying for all of the mother freak.
I did call it. I said when he gets on the Olympia stage, the conditioning from the back is going to be the story, and that was the story. Because if his conditioning from the back had matched the front, man, he would have been as high as any in the top three.
Yeah, well, he would be up there battling with
Brandon,
with Samson and Ramy and Brandon.
Can you imagine if Andrew Jack have a really shocking and full-blown physique? How dangerous he is, okay? Imagine if he has a tick from the back, if he's really have a good and strauration hamstring and glutes. Wow. And even Ian Valier and Fouad Abiad said he's gonna be battle with in the top 5 with Samson and Big Ramy.
Listen, when he walked out from the front, me and Jose were
crazy.
What the fuck?
You need to see him. You need to see him with his shirt off or his clothes off up close, man. He makes every single guy backstage look like an amateur bodybuilder. That's including Brandon, Nick, Ramy, me, everyone.
I know.
And when he's standing there relaxed without his clothes on, he is Mr. Olympia by 50 miles.
Yeah. It's crazy. Oh, there's Jose now. One sec.
Mr. Olympia by 50 miles. Imagine how crazy he is by 50 miles. Not for 1 year, but by 50 miles.
Yeah, it was nuts when we saw him come out, man. I can't believe the difference between the front and the back.
Yeah.
It's like a...
Yeah, see, like at least Samson isn't in significantly better condition, but he's very well
all around.
Even. It's very even, and he poses around it very well.
Who would you have had higher, Hunter or Andrew?
I thought Hunter looked good, dude.
No, I don't think he looked terrible, but I think Andrew...
I think Andrew is deserved to placing more higher. That's what Jose Raymond trying to say. He really want to have and expect that Andrew Jack is placing more higher than Hunter Labrada. Of course, if you see this picture, if you asking me, I'm also wanna placing Andrew more higher than Hunter Labrada. I'm sure all of you really pick Andrew Jack more than Hunter Labrada. Andrew more impressive, Andrew more taller, the structure that he has is really more impressive. I mean, like, look at from the front, okay? Who is can beat this guy, okay, from the front? Crazy standing relax. Standing relax, imagine that.
Listen,
Andrew has better shots, undoubtedly. Andrew, and I was just saying before he came on here that backstage, Andrew is more impressive than any single bodybuilder on the face of the planet by a fucking lanyard mile. There's no
Agree.
I agree.
He makes everyone backstage look like we just started working out 2 weeks ago.
That's crazy.
But I see the discrepancies in conditioning front to back and some things like that. His side poses aren't as strong as maybe as some guys. I think if you have to take it as an overall physique, I would probably still choose Hunter, even though your initial mind, when you look at it and you see it, you're like,
there's no way. Yeah, there's no way. Yeah.
But when you're actually judging it not just off initial impression and actually pose for pose, I think Hunter deserved the placing he got.
Ian Valier really making absolutely incredible opinion here, because everybody really gonna have more attention when it comes to the Andrew Jack, especially when he was on the stage, especially when he was performing his physique. Everybody gonna look at him, okay, because he's mind-blowing, okay? His structure, he's really big guy, he's really taller guy, okay? He's 295 pounds, I believe, when it comes to the on-stage contest season. That's how his weight official is in contest season. But the bodybuilding show, it's not just about how big you are, how taller you are, especially when it comes to the open. Overall criteria and overall category, conditioning, shape, symmetries, balance, how maturity your muscle is, how defined and how separated your muscle is really count. Well, of course, Hunter Labrada not really have the starvation or definition, but Hunter Labrada winning and beating Andrew Jack when it comes to the back, okay? Hunter Labrada back is more really impressive. Of course, Hunter Labrada back is not really the most impressive and really good in the open division, no. But he can really beat enough Andrew Jack from the back for the lower body standpoint and from the thickness on his back.
It was also a very good version of Hunter. I think this is the best condition we've seen him in. His color was impeccable. There was a lot of things that were improved. So even though more guys improved and maybe it pushed him down a couple spots, obviously I know he's not very happy with that placing as a whole. But there was obviously a lot of good things that you could see in progression in his physique, and I think that also needs to be rewarded when you've been there and you've shown improvement from the previous year. You know.
So Jose, you think the judges got that one wrong?
Yeah.
You think Andrew was 7th?
Yeah.
Do you think he was 6th?
Yeah. Who was 6th?
Samson.
No.
So you would have had him right behind Samson.
I would have liked to see some good comparisons with Samson and Andrew, though.
Me too.
I think
Twin
Samson.
Towers.
I just think Samson was too much.
I think so many people really hate Hunter Labrada here. Of course, I'm really agree also with all of them, okay? I'm really also agree that Andrew Jack really deserve to beat Hunter Labrada. But I don't know. It's politic, guys. It's politic. You know, Hunter Labrada have a brand, Labrada Nutrition, and it's sponsoring Mr.Olympia. Of course, it's gonna affect the placing. Because why? Because of the politics. It's not because the physique, but the politics. We all know politics. It's really playing the games here.
I honestly think Andrew.
I don't disagree, and I'm not saying that they should because Andrew beat Samson. I'm just saying when you got 2 6-foot fucking 150 black dudes, you got to put them next to each other for the crowd,
just because they're both black, you don't have to put them next to each other.
Black dudes.
You got 2 freaky black dudes. Put them next to each other.
Oh, they're the 2 only guys with that kind of physique.
Oh, come on! I know you're a racist. Okay, listen. They did put them together. Samson well, because Samson was in the first call out. Then they
then they redid with Hunter. Yeah.
They put him in the second call out, and then they realized he belongs back in the first call out.
Yes,
I think the same thing goes for Samson and Andrew that we're saying with Hunter and Andrew is from the side and from the back. Samson was better than Andrew, just as I think Hunter was too.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think I'm really choose Andrew more than Hunter. Well, of course, if we're talking about Samson versus Andrew Jack, I'm really agree with the placing, and I think Samson is better, more placing higher more than Andrew Jack. But if we're talking really deeply, okay, I'm really choosing that Samson Dauda it could be beat Brandon Curry. Man, are you really shocked with my words? Yeah, I think Samson Dauda it's really deserve to beat Brandon Curry. Imagine that. Are you guys really thinking the same opinion like me?
And it's weird because when you think of it in your mind, you immediately think Andrew's better just because of his size and impressiveness. But when I was watching it with Jose, we were sitting there together watching it. When I was sitting there watching it, I'm like, all the other shots, Hunter's beating him in.
Yeah.
And that's why I picked him. It was like,
he definitely wins the front double or the abs and thighs.
All the front shots.
In the day Andrew figures it out, he goes from here to here. All he has to do is figure it out.
But yeah, I think
no matter of
side chest, the side tries, the back shots.
Even without him, if he has hamstrings and glutes, he's gonna win.
I think it's.
He's got to get
I think we need some more thickness from the front to back on those side shots, or just to pose them a little differently. But I mean, man, the guy's a fucking cartoon character. He's one of the most impressive physiques I've seen up close in my entire life. For sure.
So
Jose Raymond really believe that if Andrew Jack really have hamstring and glutes, but not really have a really thick back, he could be beat Hunter Labrada. Imagine how bad Hunter Labrada is. Well, I'm not saying bad, okay? Hunter Labrada is really good competitors. I believe that he's really son of the legend, okay? Lee Labrada, the best poser of all time. Yeah, maybe he could be learning more from his dad. But why he's hiring coach, okay, another coach, meanwhile his dad is really the legend? I don't get it, okay? So that's really bodybuilding podcast, guys, that I want to tell it to all of you. That's the opinion from Bro Chat, Ian Valier, Fouad, Abiad, guys, Sister Nino, and Jose Raymond about Andrew Jack PC. And meanwhile, they have a beef. So really good and fun conversation with all of them, okay? Thank you so much guys for watching. I love you guys. Stay tuned for another bodybuilding podcast in my YouTube channel. Stay tuned for another episode. Subscribe, share, like, and comment for next content all talk about bodybuilding. I love you guys. Joan Sagala signing out. God bless you all.